Genesis chapter 15. After these things, the word of the Lord came unto Abraham. To Abram, right? Abraham was just blessed by Melchizedek. Who's Melchizedek? Jesus in the Old Testament. Jesus appears in the Old Testament. God himself appears. It's what we call a Christophany. It's when Jesus appears in the Old Testament. We see Abraham sees this Melchizedek, and what does he do? He gives tithe. He gives tithe. What does that mean? He gives sacrifice. And the moment he gave sacrifice, the Bible says, after those things, after giving the sacrifice, after seeing that he is Melchizedek, he is the possessor of heaven and earth, and after giving to him, Abraham received a portion, possessor of heaven and earth. What does that even mean? That means Abraham, see, some of you don't understand that. The scriptures say in chapter 14, let's read from verse 17. And the king of Sodom went out to meet him after his return from the slaughter of Chedorlaomer, and of the kings that were with him at the valley of Shaveh, which is the Kingsdale. And Melchizedek, king of Salem, Melchizedek, king of Salem, which is king of peace, brought forth bread and wine. What does that represent? Communion. And he was the priest of the Most High God, right? He is the king, he is the priest of Salem, Jerusalem. Jerusalem didn't even exist. And Salem is the place of peace. Who's Jesus? He's the Prince of Peace. All right, so you're getting this. He brought forth bread and wine that represents the sacrifice of Jesus. The priest of the Most High God. That's who he was. Jesus was the high priest. Hebrews, book of Hebrews. And the Bible says, and he blessed him and said, blessed be Abraham of the Most High God. After he gave him the tithe, he said, he blessed Abraham. And he said, blessed be Abraham of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. So God, the possessor of heaven and earth, released a blessing. Notice, anytime you see in the Bible titles given, don't look over them. The Bible says that he blessed him with the title of God as possessor of heaven and earth. Now, why did he do that? Because Abraham received a portion of that blessing. See, you're still not getting this. Abraham received a portion of being a possessor of heaven and earth. That's why we see in the parable that Jesus gives of Lazarus, he literally gives the idea and the notion that there is something called Abraham's bosom, which is where the people of the Old Testament, when they died, they didn't go to heaven. They went to Abraham's bosom, which is next to hell. Which is why when Jesus descended into hell, the Bible says he rose up, and then there were people who rose up as well. By the hundreds, people rose up from their graves. They saw the dead. Why? Because Jesus rescued them from Abraham's bosom, where they were kept until the promise of Jesus Christ, who paid the price on the cross so they could rise and ascend to heaven with him. Spirits of just men made perfect. I'm talking about Solomon, I'm talking about David. They were in Abraham's bosom. And Abraham received this through giving the tithe, through giving sacrifice.